welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a challenge I've been doing for the past 30 days. So about a month ago, I decided I wanted to really delve into digital art painting and doing like more environmental studies, right? Dedicate time to that. And I've been trying to do this the entire year, but I haven't been able to really quite get to that. So I decided to create my own prompt list and make a 30-day challenge for myself. And I've been sharing it on Instagram this past month, and you can definitely check it out there. And if you want to try it out, please do. I'd love to see like your entries and see how what you guys create. But basically I did this to like become a little bit better, but also without dedicating too much time to this, because I didn't want it to be something that would take like 2-3 hours a day. I wanted it to be quick studies, but just get my foot in the door, you know, so I can like become a little bit better at doing this more often. So this was the little prompt list I created. You have tons of different like ideas. You have island, volcano, swamp, waterfall, harbor, forest. You have a ton of ideas, environment ideas on this, and I kind of stuck to it, and I did it really well. So yeah, there's that. So today I decided I would share with you guys. Now this isn't gonna be a video where I'm gonna share the process and how I painted everything. Like, I didn't record that. I know that's not something that you guys are that interested in, and I think it would be a bit boring, especially because I was struggling a lot of the times. So I just decided to like share it with you, do a little bit of a tour, a digital tour, and I thought that would be like a little bit more interesting than me showing like, this is how I draw mountains and stuff, okay? I thought it would be a lot more interesting to do this like this. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we get into that, I do want to give you guys a little bit of an update for the channel. So you will see that my hair is a bit different, okay? I know, it's awesome. Okay, so my hair is a bit different from what it's going to be in the next few videos, and the reason for that is because everything else is pre-recorded. So December videos are pre-recorded because it's the holidays. I usually always pre-record just to make like things a bit easier for me, and because I don't have time to film when with family, so it's a lot easier to do it this way. So if you see my hair a bit different, that's why, okay? Keep that in mind. But I still hope you enjoy the videos because I did put a lot of thought and love and care to them, okay? I hope you still enjoy them. So before we get into the tour, I do want to say that I'm not 100% happy with these. So I will go through each and every one of them and tell you guys what I think about them, but to be completely honest, I'm not 100% proud of these because they were 30-45 minute studies. It's something I struggle with. Digital is something I haven't quite gotten a hang of. I don't have a specific style that I want to stick to, and so I'm still experimenting a lot, trying different art styles, trying different like brushes. It's all very new to me, so I'm still trying to get a hang of things, to be completely honest. So just keep in mind, I know these are kind of rad. I know they're kind of rad, but they're also quick studies, and yeah, so anyways, let's get into like the tour and let me show you guys what we got. Okay, so this is our prompt list. This is like all of the prompts I use. You can like pause it if you want to read, but also like I have this up on my Instagram, so it's fine. You can just go on my Instagram and check it out. So first day was cabin, and I kind of cheated on this one, okay? I had already done this prompt beforehand. It's kind of what prompted my going into this like environment challenge. So I had already done all of this, and I don't know, I started with cabin because I knew it would be like easy. I had it already done, plus it was like already beginning of November and I wanted to do it during November. So yeah, this is like a little close-up. I really enjoyed this one. I did want to use a different brush, so I used one singular brush for all of this, and I wanted to like use something else, just use more textures, add a little bit more something more to this to make it a bit more interesting than just like with the same brush, which you can tell it was like, I don't know. So moving on to number 2 was ruins. Okay, so I had a lot of fun with this one, and I did play around with a little bit of color theory. I went in with like a blue purpley sky, and the snow kind of goes towards that, and then the buildings are a bit more orangey, brownish. I really enjoy this one. I had fun. I also experimented with textures a little bit on the trees. But I did get lost in the sauce of like the like perspective. I didn't use a perspective grid. I should have. I just eyeballed this. But I really I like it. Plus I like that you have like stuff in the background. But still, again, very quick study. This is one of the ones I actually really enjoyed and am pretty proud of. Number 3 is Lighthouse, and this is by far my favorite. Okay, so this is like, I really like this one, and not only because I added the little dragons. Okay, look at the cute little dragons, but also like I like the cleanness of the lighthouse. I like the fact that this is very straight and textured, but then this top part is very like still textured but a bit more rendered, and I like the mix between that and all of it. But the rocks aren't the best. I'm not great at rocks. I kind of learned that I'm not great with trees and rocks, and you can definitely tell. But I just overall really like this one. I like the composition. I know that it's very central, which is kind of boring, but at the same time I really enjoyed it, and I think the dragons added just a little bit of like into it. I don't know, I like it a lot. Number 4 was reflection, so I decided to go for like to find a picture that had a really nice reflection on it, and this is what I did. I think this looks a lot more impressive because of the colors. It's really bright and colorful, and I think that's what kind of wins people over. A lot of people like this one. I also very much like it, and I had a lot of fun doing the texture on the water. Like, these are like literal individual brush strokes. I had a lot of fun playing around with that. I do think I got a bit lost in the sauce of like the little, I don't know why I keep using that expression, I'm so sorry, but I kind of get like lost in all of the brick detailing, and I think that I also made this rim really like straight. It's never this straight, it has texture to it. So I think I kind of like lost it a little bit on that. Number 5 is fog. I wasn't really sure what to do with this one, so I decided to like do like something that was, you could see things, but it was foggy, kind of giving that idea. I think I did it pretty well. I like this part here. I like that you see the dragon on the background, and I like the buildings in the fog. I think they look really nice. But I hate everything that's like close by. So I think all of this looks really weird. This was supposed to be a cross. The lanterns also look weird. I don't like all of this, but everything in the background, all of the buildings and all of the details, I really enjoy. So this one is kind of a half-seas for me, but I definitely had a lot of fun doing this one for sure. Number 6 is mountains, and this one was a doozy. I think I overdid it with the texture. I was doing everything so clean. I wanted to, experiment with texture, and then I went overboard with texture. I think it would have benefited a lot more from having like clean edges and more rendered places in the rocks than having a little bit of the greenery be really like textured. I think all of the textured and the lack of hard edges kind of gets everything lost, but I do think it looks pretty good. Again, it's one of my faves. Not super favorite, but I'm not mad about it at the same time. Number 7 is harbor. This is a shit show, let me tell you. So I decided to go with a more line arty style, and the thing is, I hate my art style with line art. I don't know what is it about it. I love seeing other people's styles with line art, but mine just looks terrible. So I was so happy with these planks of wood and stuff. Then the boats look really weird. I tried to color in the line art, but it didn't also look that well. I just don't like this one. This is the only one where I actually spent hours. This is the only one I spent hours on. I think I spent about 6 hours on this one. Because I was just having fun with the line art, and then when it came to the coloring, it didn't work out. It doesn't look good. So I'm not, this one for sure, I hate it. I really like though that I added a tiny little seagull on the boat. He's so cute. So yeah, I like the seagull, but the rest kind of Number 8 was forest. I really tried with this one, and I experimented with a lot of brushes for the tree branches, brushes for like the background leaf details. Also, this is like a plant brush. Hate it, absolutely hate it. This one also has like a lot of light coming through, and I think I got that effect kind of okay.
And I really like that I was experimenting with that, but I don't think I got a hang of it, and I should have made it like a bit more yellowy now that I look at it, because it's kind of pinkish, so it should have been a bit more yellow. But overall, I do like enjoy it, and I do like this one. It's not that bad, but it was, yeah, it's weird. Number 9 was winter. So this is kind of like winter meets unicorn, and again, this is all based on references, keep in mind, and the reference was this colorful, and it's kind of what attracted me to it. I think I added the footprints on, but the rest was like, yeah, based on the image, the reference photo. I still had a lot of fun. It has a lot of colors. I worked with also like layers. The sky is really colorful. This really inspired me, and of all of the ones that I was gonna create, like all of the pictures that I found, this one was the one that was like, yes, I feel motivated by this one, I feel intrigued by this one, I really wanted to give it a try. So I'm pretty happy with this one, because color wise, like I think color wise it looks pretty nice. Next up is Oasis. We yeah, this is a thing. I really don't like this one. So I tried, but not well enough. I do like how this dune is made. This dune looks really nice. And I do like the little kitty paw prints. I don't know why I thought kitties would be in like an oasis in the desert. It should be camel paw prints, but I just really like the little kitty paw prints. So I went with those. The sand texture was also pretty hard to like imitate. But I don't think, like, I don't know. I don't love it. It's yeah, I don't know. I don't like this one a lot. I'm not trying to be negative, by the way. I just genuinely, like, I'm criticizing myself to understand what I need to fix and what I need to get better on. It's just, you know, I'm proud of accomplishing this whole thing, but also, like, I do have my critiques to my work, and I think those will help me grow. So, yeah. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to be like super like negative, but you know, I see things I need to improve, and I'm just pointing them out. Day 11 was beach. Look, I'm not super proud of this one when it comes to the trees. I hate drawing trees. I hate them, and palm trees are very, very hard to draw, but something about this one I just am in love with, and I think it was my use of color theory on this one. So basically what I did here was like, I did the ocean, did all of the colors. I realized that the sand had a little bit of like a purpley hue in the picture, so I did that where like the water was just about to leave the sand. And then I had to do the shadows, and instead of doing them in dark, I went in with a purple. It looks really, really nice. And I think that's what attracts me most to this picture, like, is this part here of the bottom of the sand, where you can see like the shadows and everything. Like, it looks really nice. Like, the picture could just be this part and it would look amazing. I also like what I did with the sky. Very simple, but very natural, nice. And overall, I think it compensates for the trees looking so weird. And overall, like, I just really, I don't know, I really like this one. This one is one of my favorites for sure. Number 12 is cave, and this is what I did. So I found a cave that had a really big reflection and light source in it. I thought it was going to be interesting to play around with. I had a lot of fun also with like textured brushes. I use like leaf brushes for this thing here. But yeah, I do like it. I do think it lacks a little bit of depth here, right? And I think this could be a bit darker on the inside because this is supposed to be a cave. But overall, I'm not mad with this one. It's definitely one where I got the job done. Next up, we have windmill. I don't dislike this one, but I also don't love it too much. I like it. I do think the windmill looks a little bit crooked and weird, and also I chose like the weirdest windmill I could ever find on Pinterest, and I should have chosen something a lot simpler. It looks really crooked. The perspective isn't good. Like I said, I wasn't using perspective grids. I was eyeballing everything, and it was just too much of a complex like creation for me to work that like out that way. So it ended up looking like this. I also had a lot of fun with textures for the background, which I think, again, I overdid it a bit, and I kind of lost depth. I think depth is definitely something I need to get better on. But I do love how the sky is made. Like, look at all of these like beautiful textures. Don't look at the dragons too closely, okay? But the textures in the sky look really nice, and I really enjoyed them. And I think like just something like this would look really nicely. I think that looks really nice. But overall, like, it's not the greatest, okay? Next up we have island. I chose this little island I found. Had fun with like working around like environment from a distance and not like up close. I don't particularly love it, but I don't like mind it that much. I added another dragon to make myself feel better because I wasn't loving this. So I guess that's that. I wasn't able to portray what I wanted to portray on this one, but it's fine. Next up is volcano. I had a lot of fun with the reflection in the water. I think it looks really nice, really colorful. I also had fun doing these like what the volcano was spewing out. Love it. But overall I don't think it looks that great. Again, too much texture. You lose the shininess of the lava and the like sliminess, you know, slime lookingness of the lava. It looks more like hair than, you know, lava. So I think I kind of lost it that way. And also perspective wise, you don't realize this is really, really big, but in the background, this is like a really big hill over here. And you don't get that by this image, so I think like I didn't portray it that well. Next up we have coast. I had a lot of fun with this one, but I also struggled a lot with the rocks on like the water. But this part here of the waves and the little water texture, I don't know what to call it, but I really like what I did here. I also like the little speckly sand. I do think that like this looks like it's just floating on top of something, so I think it would have been better if I like painted on top of the rocks here and just made it a bit more like engulfed by the sand and the water instead of just sitting on top of something. But I think I kind of like it. I went a little bit uncreative on this side here, but overall I do enjoy this one. Next up we have glacier. This is so cute because it has penguins. Okay, that's all I wanted to say is this is cute because it has penguins. You can definitely tell the depth on this one. This is in the background. It was really hard to do the little crevices of the eyes, but the penguins were 100%, 1000% the best part of this painting, and I love every single one of these little cute little penguins that were just really quickly done. They're very cute. Next up we have barn. I do really like this one. I'm gonna focus on the top. The rest is just reflection, but this is like how it looks. I had a lot of fun with this one. I did work out with perspective on this one, and I had fun doing the texture and having fun with that. I do think that the roof is a bit too plain. I think it could have a bit more texture to it. But overall I really like it. I like the environment I created around the house. I think it looks really nice, and then there's the reflection, and I think this one looks really nicely, even though very like cut clean, but I do really enjoy this one. 19 is hot springs. I hate it, and have I said that I hate it? This one I'm totally shitting on. I'm terrible at rocks, and I decided to do a hot spring filled with rocks. This is supposed to be rocks, yes, rocks, and God knows what else like this is supposed to be. I really dislike this one. I just wasn't able to do what I wanted to do with it, so I missed the mark for sure. Cliffside is number 20. I just found like this cliffside road. I thought it was like really cute. Had fun with like also this is supposed to be rocks. Again, I'm not great at them. Doing like texture and focusing on the colors and adding texture for the like little plants and stuff. You have the little road, and I had fun with this one. It was nice to play around with like the perspective of the little wall, and I also enjoyed doing like the texture of the water and just had a little bit of fun with it. Nothing too special about this one. Number 21 is pond. This one is, I think it's one of the cutest ones. I do think it could be better, and the fishies are very, very simplistic, which is what I wanted, but I had a lot of fun doing the little leaves and doing the rocks and the water. I really enjoy doing the little water thingies. I don't know much to say about this one. I think it looks really cute. It's not the style that I want it to look like, and I like it. It's one of my favorites, but also I can see a lot of things that I would do differently. Next up is aqueduct. So this is number 22. This is actually a Portuguese aqueduct, but it's usually in the middle of the city, so I decided to take the city out and just add like bushes. I thought the bushes would be great because I'm so amazing at drawing them. The perspective is wonky, everything is wonky. I did this in a hurry. If I had dedicated as much time to this one as I did with the previous bridge, the one that was like the prompt for reflection, I think it would have been a lot better. I also chose a really boring bridge, aqueduct, but it is the one aqueduct I know the best, so I just decided to go with this one. Number 23 is desert. I did something very simplistic, but I tried to like portray like the sand and everything and footprints and stuff. It's very simplistic. Again, very quick. I think this was one of those days I didn't have that much time to dedicate to stuff, so I went with something very simple, but still had fun. And there isn't much to say with this one. This one is so simple, it hurts. Next up we have campsite. I really tried to go all the way with this one, but I ended up making it too cartoony. Not very much my style. This is like the tent or whatever. There's a little teapot. Also did the fairy lights. This is based on a reference image, mind you, but overall I enjoy it. I think I did do like the darker places nicely and then light up the lighter place. I think I used shadows and light really well with this one, but the style isn't the best, I guess, the best stylization option, and I was having fun with different textures for the trees and water and everything. But I do think the water looks really nice though. I look at it now and I see like it looks pretty nice, really natural looking. I don't know. 25 is swamp. Honestly, this one is by far the one I hate the most. I had a really bad time with this one. I ended up ranting on Instagram stories. There's a little crocodile in case you didn't see it. I don't know what's wrong with this, but when I posted on Instagram, it just seemed so much more green than I thought it was gonna look like. Because I did it on this screen and then Instagram always alters stuff. It also doesn't look anything like what I wanted to, but swamp was a really difficult like prompt. Honestly, if I could go back, swamp is definitely one of the ones I would just take off and just substitute it for something else, because there isn't much references for swamps. I had a hard time with this one. This was a hard day. I was really exhausted. I had a huge migraine. It just was one of those days. This is definitely the one I genuinely dislike, so yeah, it is what it is. Next up we have waterfall, and I decided to go with the clean, simple look. I had a lot of fun doing like the little hills here and like the background separated. I really like this little thing here. I also had fun with the water and the water splashes down here. And overall this was really fun, simple, study to do. And I like it. It's simple. It's very simple, but I do enjoy it a lot. Next up we have castles. When I was looking at castles to draw, I decided to draw a castle that I've already been to, and it's Bram Castle. It is like supposedly Dracula's castle. I visited this castle this year at the end of the summer, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun there and it was really interesting. So I decided to draw it. I just had fun. It's simple. It's very textured. It's very simple, but I really enjoyed this drawing. Number 28 is underground. I was gonna do like a cave or underground like place, something like that, but ended up finding like an underground like like the metro, and I really like this reference image, so I decided to do it. I thought the perspective was funny and interesting, and I wanted to give it a try. I don't know how well I portrayed it, but I think it looks pretty nice. I really like the little clock and signpost here. Overall, I'm really happy with this one, and I had a lot of fun with like the perspective on this one. Obviously, to combine underground, we had to have underwater. This was really hard to find like a reference that I liked, something that wasn't like art from other artists, which was pretty hard. This picture was like sand and then the reflection of the water in the sand, and I decided to add a little dolphin to the background, but basically like I was just trying to do the reflections of the water. The top part looks really weird like spaghetti noodles, but I really like this one actually. This is one that I really enjoy. Day 30 was Aurora as an Aurora Borealis, and I decided to do this like image I found. You have the mountains and then the Aurora Borealis over here. It was a lot clearer in the reference picture, and I do think I didn't make it as clear as I wanted to, but it looks really nice. I had a lot of fun with colors on this one and the brush strokes and adding the texture, and overall it was very nice to like do this one. So yeah.
So anyways guys, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed what I shared with you today. I had to say I had a lovely time doing these every single day. Definitely didn't have a hard time with any of these, but I genuinely enjoyed this challenge. It was interesting, but I'm honestly enjoying the fact that I'm done with it a lot more. I'm really tired of drawing every day, of having that one thing I have to do every day. You know, and it's different when you want to do it. It's versus like when you have to do it. It's totally different feeling. So I'm really happy that it's done. I'm actually like it's really nice to see also like the paintings all together and see that I created 30 paintings, which was something this year I had a little bit of a hard time was creating stuff. And having created like 30 paintings, even though I'm like proud of like 5, but it's really nice to still see like the whole thing, you know? Anyways, if you guys do join in on this challenge, which I hope you do, if you've been trying environments, at least give a look at the prompt list and see if there's anything there that you enjoy, anything that inspires you, anything that makes you want to draw, and share it. Like, it's fine if you only use like one prompt. Just share it, use the hashtag so I can see it, tag me. I would love to see you guys' art, and yeah. So if you enjoyed this or you liked my art, make sure to subscribe, to like, and to share my channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel and make it become something more. So if you guys could help out, just consider subscribing, consider sharing it. If you know anyone in your life that likes art, that would enjoy this type of content, let them know about my existence. That would be amazing. So yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye! Do you like my hair? You need to tell me. You need to be honest. Do you like my hair? I did something crazy. So I've been a redhead for like years. I've been a red hair for years. I love red hair. I missed it so much, but I was really stupid because I thought, well, I don't want my roots to keep growing out, so I'm gonna do only the tips of my hair. And then I thought, I saw these girls on TikTok, because TikTok, you know, if you know, you know. They do just the front part, and so I decided like I'm gonna do the front part red, and then the rest is just tips. So that's how my hair is. It's like brown with red on the bottom, and then you have this bit in the front that's red, which, let me tell you, it is my favorite part, is this red bit. I wish I had done it fully, but I kind of also like it, and I'm thinking when I put my hair up in a ponytail, hello, it looks amazing, because then you have like the brown and the hair. It looks great. I love it. And I don't know, it gave me like a little confidence boost too. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And I want to know what you guys think. Good commentary only. Positive vibes only. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Bye guys.